Here from Stafford, Connecticut, he'll drive the Wicked Power Sports machine, car number 1, Bob Charland.
Was a really good season in 2021, and I felt that I had a car that I could drive. So coming off a great season, I had a lot of confidence coming in, and probably made an approach that I shouldn't have. I went in, we were finishing, a lot of top fives in 2021. Coming into 22, I thinking that I'm gonna get right there and run in the top fives and get out there and do it, and it just didn't go as expected. The first race, the car started off really good, started charging towards the front, and then, next thing you know, I'm sideways here and there, and I'm like, oh boy, this is a struggle. And somehow we pulled off a fifth, which I was happy about, but that was a battle.
Bob Charland is one of the most competitive, athletic guys that I know at his age.
The red and black number 1 to the inside lane in a side-by-side duel for the runner-up spot.
The number 1 of Bob Charland finishes third tonight here in the SK Light.
I was talking to Todd a lot, and my approach was, I'm gonna, get these finishes and everything. And then the third came. Well, I was, bent on, top fives, getting on the podium, and I knew the car could do it. I knew I could do it with a good car. Again, the first few set of tires just never really took. We were struggling with tires. My approach was to, I'm gonna finish up in the top, we're gonna get this win, we're gonna get podiums, and that approach just didn't work.
Anglaise into the side of Farino, who saves it, then going spinning behind is Chapman, also involved the 45, one car heavily smoking. Down into turns 1 and 2, it's the 1 of Bob Charland.
10 down, 10 to go for the SK Light Modified. Charland off the pace off of turn number 4. That one car stalled out in the outside lane, and McDougal's got nowhere to go. Caution is out.
Well, definitely had to regroup and definitely not be as aggressive, although I see people doing it every single week in front of me, all around me. And that's basically what I was doing, is just making aggressive moves and everything. And Todd says that's just gonna get you a wrecked car, and now it's happening. So I just made a different approach and just totally backed out in my brain that I just need to get out there and drive. And that's exactly what I did moving forward at that point.
Bob Charland into the second spot. Charland all over Farino. Charland goes to the outside. Joey Farino will take down the win. Great run for Bob Charland in second.
Well, that was definitely a good time, and we had to work through a couple cars there. Needed a couple more laps. It was definitely way faster. Definitely could have got them, and just kind of ran out of laps. That night was great, and again, that's when I started driving the car and doing what it would do, even though the tires weren't great, and the car wouldn't take what I would give it. So I just took what the car gave me. And that's what I got, was a second. And that's exactly my words to Todd, was I just did what I could with it. And it worked out really well.
Anglaise, oh trouble, Derek Debus goes around, they pile up hard into turn 3. One car on top of the guardrail as about 9, 10, 11 of them end up against the guardrail.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. I couldn't believe how many people were behind me. I was just like I stood up, and of course, everybody's cars are down on their bellies, and it's like, you're looking down on top of them. It was unbelievable that there was that many more. And at that point, we were moving forward pretty good, and I was really happy with what was happening. And I seen a top 5 coming, and it was like, not that time. And it was expensive too. I really think we have a top 5 operation week to week, in my opinion. It's funny, last year it didn't end that great, and this year, we lost a couple tires. We got the car working decent, and I was driving it. Top 10s are good. They're not good enough for me, but a lot of people said, hey, top 10 in that division's, is a good thing. It wasn't as good as a season, in my opinion, as 2021, and there was a lot of struggles through the center of the season, and it is what it is, and I tried not to take this sport all that serious and let it, beat me up, and I kind of go in with that approach, and it helps a lot that, you're here to have a good time. And whatever it is, win, lose, wreck, I still have a good time. I'd like to thank the Chassis Pro guys. Those guys have gave me an opportunity here like I've had no other. That's really worked out well, I think, for everybody. And Wicked Power Sports is the main sponsor for the car. Our Carry Motor Sales helps out. The staff at my store, Jen and her family are big supporters, and the guys at the counter and the shop have really did a good job making our store strong. You know, they do an excellent job. I really have to thank them as number one for me to be able to do this. So coming into 2023, I think we're going to go in with the right approach, accept the top 10s, shoot for the top 5s and podiums. We're looking for a win. It's been a little elusive, and every time that I was in the right position, things just didn't go my way. You know, it could be my last year in this division, as you know, I'm not a young kid like the other guys, and I think that works against me in a big way, but I still feel like I got competitiveness in my blood. So, you know, we're going to give it another rip here.